Hello everybody, Donnie the Dude back again with another episode of Fascist Ireland. Now we got our war goal to declare on Norway, and I think I'm going to do that. But first, I think I'm going to grab some of these men that I have deployed down here. We're going to grab the unassigned guys, and we're going to put them into the army on the French Commune's border. Now this is going to be helpful because it's going to allow us to basically be ready to go once it kicks off. Because the Soviet Union is doubtless going to get involved in some war we're involved in, and it would be best to have units up there. Now these guys are barely green, but it should be sufficient. They will get experience fairly quickly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the speed down because we're about to go to war again, and I would like to be able to see what I'm doing. I think it would be a good idea, since we're getting more and more factories up, to start a line at least of the fighter ones and get those started somewhat. We're going to put it above the infantry equipment because we should have plenty of that. Our convoys are getting going. We're going to need more convoys soon for resupply up in Norway. But let's go ahead and start this one off. Now I'm going to declare war. They're not aligned. They're democratic. I don't think they'll join the communists because the communists aren't currently at war with us. And the communists aren't going to want to allow them in if they're at war. So we're going to go ahead and immediately start this. I only have 9 units up here. We got an ace pilot who's doing some port strikes, making sure they're suppressed. Now Norway joined the Allies. That's not too frightening. That's Luxembourg, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Albania. None of the big players. So ideally, we're not going to have to deal with Australia and all that. But I've kind of put myself in a strange situation where they can occupy me. I didn't realize that they would do that. So I think what I'm going to have to do is at least get some troops over here. Now Australia is not too frightening, but it could be a potential problem. I think Germany is probably going to be very willing to do this. And they can try to take care of the things, and they'll probably take out Luxembourg and the like, but what I'm going to do, yeah, I'll just let Germany take care of that. That's not a big deal. So we should be able to cross here, correct? Ah, we lack sufficient intel. So let's grab a navy. I should have planned ahead for this, but we should have plenty. I think that this big group of docked submarines should be sufficient. Yeah, I forgot to cover this zone. No wonder. We do have enough political power, but I think we have an unassigned admiral, and we do. So we're going to go ahead and put them on convoy rating, so they can't get any supplies in. And shut off the Baltic and Norwegian Sea. I think we already have someone up there. But all of that's going to help. All that. And then we're going to go ahead and modify our government. And we're going to grab probably a tank designer, because I am going to want to start doing that fairly soon. So these boys here should be deploying once we get the intel. And that'll happen once our navy arrives. They are defending this port, so I think, depending on the strength of it, we do have some pretty good companies we should be able to push in there. Okay, so Luxembourg has joined. Still not concerned. Luxembourg's not too worrisome. They are going to try to push in a little bit, but I think I can just tie them up right here. It's not going to be a successful push, but Germany's going to definitely aid in this. So we still don't have the intel. Our fleet should arrive fairly soon to give us that. South Africa, New Zealand, Australia. Okay, they're all in. But that's okay. I am not too concerned. Here comes our fleet. So we should have intel. As soon as they, yep, and they should be moving. We got our submarine 3s, so let's switch production to those. I don't know that Russia's going to be a big naval force, but if the Allies do come in with the United States, it would be good to shut off any chance they have of landing on us. It's only 1940, so there's no need to do any of that. We could start getting some carrier tech. I don't think I'm going to go with that route just yet. We are going to do this and get carrier operations so that when we do get them up, they're going to be a lot better off. I believe I switched my production, did I not? I did not. Talked about it, didn't do it. Alright. So we've got 82 here. It's only a cavalry division, so we should be able to push in fairly easily. Now, we do have air superiority, so that's very good. And once we take this toehold, I think Norway should fall fairly quickly. Albania has capitulated, that's good. That's one less thing we have to worry about. Luxembourg should not last too terribly long. Mobile warfare. Okay, we've got that started. Let's keep moving up this. All these, like, organization is going to be great. We've got port strike reports. Everyone's getting called in still. What do we need? We need oil. Okay. That is alright. Always use more oil. Let's see how our construction's going. We're working on military factories. I think I should be able to build some military factories wherever there's green, in case we need them. I'm not going to do more over here just yet. Alright. Okay. Well, luckily we've got a friend in Germany, and they're actually doing something in this war. So they've already landed. That's going to be a good start for us. Because if they can hold that... Oh! Interesting. So we didn't even have to take Norway. Luxembourg was basically the linchpin and was the primary enemy. I don't really care to have Luxembourg. It doesn't matter too much to me. But... well, I mean, let's see how much it costs. We could puppet them. We could take Luxembourg. I don't really want to. I would rather have Norway. And honestly, I think I'm just going to go ahead and puppet Norway. Can't do that. Because we're still taking Luxembourg. Still can't do it. Okay. Well, let's puppet Luxembourg because they deserve to live. And then Norway, we don't have enough. So let's go ahead and pass. Pass. And then we should have enough to puppet Norway, which is going to be fine. So that section is going to belong to Norway itself. And then the rest of these are fairly cheap provinces. Let's pass a few times, get enough. And then we're going to go ahead and check out what we can take. This might not be a bad idea. We'll take these two. And then we'll leave the last county to the Norwegian. Alright. So what's the next plan here? These guys never actually managed to invade. I think maybe Sweden will be our next target. So we can go ahead and set up these guys on a front line there. It's really large, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. I mean, they can take pieces of Denmark there from me, but I honestly don't think it's going to be that scary. But why can't I do that? There we go. And we'll assign them all to this. They'll get over there. Luxembourg belongs to us. Let's start fabricating claim on Sweden. Because if they join the Allies as well, and we can pull off something like we did last time, and get them to capitulate right away, that would be great. It doesn't really matter. Oh, we need more political power. So we'll come back to that. The games are held. Very interesting. There's no wars currently happening. I bet Germany, yes, is reinforcing the border with the Soviet Union. What is my next plan? Let's see. All these. I don't need to see those. Go ahead and dismiss that, and the port strikes. Probably dismiss all those, so we can clean this up a little bit, and there's less spam on my screen. So that went off without a hitch. Italy seems to be pretty well prepared. You know, I wonder if we don't just start this thing off with the Soviets and cut off the French's ability to even start preparing themselves. Because they should have a significant amount of units. Yeah, that's not insignificant, certainly. So, let's go ahead and fabricate on Sweden first to make that war a possibility. See what happens there. Maybe we can get some more free territory, since the Aussies and the South Africans didn't necessarily get directly involved. And I don't remember how many. We probably need 25 political power. And we're going to wait for that to happen. We still need more resources. We are getting a good convoy supply built up. I'm not too worried about getting supplies from America just yet, because Japan is still working on China, and I don't think that they would push anything extra yet. And they're not in our faction yet. So even if they did declare war on the United States, Germany might let them in, but if we can avoid that, that'd be great, because the United States becomes quite a slog. Alright, so let's get our war goal on Sweden. World tension is sufficiently high that this should take only a few days. Ooh. So that is going to last. That's going to be a little different. 135 days. Now I wonder what it looks like for France. This would pull us into war with the Soviet Union, but I think we can handle it. You know, it might be best to do so. I think Germany's probably prepared. They're going to be fighting a little bit of a two-front war, but I think we're going to be in a better position to do so. As soon as we get more decryption, that'll be better off. Let's see, my units are producing. That's going alright. I do have all my cavalry ready, so we'll probably station them in France while we take on the Soviet Union. So let's go ahead and make sure those guys are assigned there, and they're just going to keep building infinitely. I think after I finish my war doctrine, we're going to go ahead and switch and do some of the more of the decryption, so we can see what's actually in front of us. That's going to give us a big advantage. I can probably move my bombers, and we're going to have them over the English Channel, and then we're going to do this and switch them to probably Sussex. So they should commence that right away. Hopefully. There we go. So once the war kicks off, we'll be in good shape there. Now I tend to avoid this map mode as it lags the game terribly bad. Our production's going well. We're still building. We've got 160 civilian factories, so all of our production is going to be balling out of control, which is very, very good. Now, it might be a good idea to come get some oil down here, but we can work on that later. I think right now it's important to take on the big guys before they get any stronger. Oop. Mouse is wandering. We'll bring that back under control. And if we can take out the French Commune, I can grab more territory over in the Americas and set myself up even better. This would be a good place to enter Canada from, so I think what I'm going to do here, in the interest of having supply once we do move on to that, is we're going to make a naval base right here. Make it really powerful so we can get all the supply through. We're going to do one here too. So when we're transferring troops, they can all be in pretty good shape. This should be good, so if they close off our entrance routes, and we should probably actually do both parts of this, because they're in separate sea zones. And I'm just going to spam these out, because they will eventually start getting produced, especially with how many civilian factories. So these guys will say to go when ready, and that'll be once our war starts. There doesn't seem to be any more activity at the moment. The calm before the storm. And also, if we take out the French Commune, we can take the rest of Africa, which it'll just look pretty. Our name isn't the biggest on the map. It's sort of important when it comes to these things. Not really. It's sort of a pride thing. But I think we've got quite a while yet until our war goal justifies. Someone is justifying... Soviet Union is justifying Hungary. We got our capital ship effort. That's good. Let's go ahead and get... You know, that'll always be good to get more equipment. Battlecruiser 2 will be up not too long from now. So we'll finish the one that we do have. These 10 horses, I think I'm going to have just redeploy to here if we can. Oh. Nope, they're not ideally placed. So we do that. Honestly, not. There we go. So once they're down here and we take France, we'll have them positioned around while we deal with the Soviet Union. And I can reassign my troops. Constantly needing more supplies. We're really feeding the United States probably a little too much. But for now, they're not our enemy. We also need what? Need some steel. I think we're going to be fine, though. Don't have too terribly long. It's going to take a few more months. I could technically start doing some business with Sweden. I think I'm going to avoid that for now. Well, you know, it actually wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I don't think Sweden has too much power. So let's go ahead and justify a war goal against them. And the reason these justifications are taking longer is because we're currently not at war. As a fascist country, the justifications go much quicker when you're actually at war with a major power. So I should probably save the United States or something like that to do cleanup later on. Or once we're at war with the Soviet Union, we can start taking other chunks. And production. We're just about done with our first round of military factories. These will be done fairly quickly. I don't think I ever need to build more civilian factories. We should have sufficient numbers. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get some people down here in the Pacific to take Australia and New Zealand if need be. It's really hard to land on those islands from my experience. I probably should have gone into tanks there rather than continuing this, because that doctrine's a little bit useless without the tanks themselves. But we'll get it sorted out. We sure do need a lot of steel. And oil. Always need oil. Now, we'll be done with Battlecruiser 2. I don't think I'm going to start building any. I think I'm going to transfer right into Battleship 3. save myself some time, because I think I'm going to do battleship carriers. Once the field hospital's done, I'll put that on carrier research and try to push forward with that. Alright, so we got the battle cruisers. Let's go immediately into battleships 3. And then I'm thinking from there we might try to transfer to super heavies. It'll take a little time, but I think it'll be worth it. Because the United States will have a navy at some point, and if we can choke them off from stopping our naval invasions, we're going to be in much better shape. It would be nice to get that decryption so I can see what is going on in France, but I'm so far behind on that it's going to be difficult to do. I do have fighters producing, so it might not be bad to try to get some air superiority. Okay, well this changes everything. Which means that we will be at war with the French Commune before too long. Because I'm sure they'll call them in. Field hospitals are done. Let's start working on our cruiser, or carrier rather. That shouldn't, it's still a pretty significant amount of time. Alright, I think Germany can hold them off for now. Okay, Japan has joined us, so they're going to go to war with the Soviet Union as well. I don't know that France is involved just yet. Yes, they are. So I need to offer to join Germany's war here. Because I definitely want to take out France, so Germany doesn't get confused and split their forces. Hitler's attacking at a decent time here. It is February, so it will be into the summer months. I don't find that it plays that huge of a role in this game, but... Okay, we are pushing. Alright, everyone's joining in. Have a big old party here. I think we can push right to Paris, because they don't seem to be too strong. But we shall see. Let's actually slow things down a little bit. Menguku joined Axis. Okay. So we are spreading our influence. We are making progress into France. I'm thinking if we can bust through here, we should be able to push right to Paris. My troops are much stronger than theirs, clearly. And if they have any tanks, they're going to be well outdone. I mean, that's fine. I don't know why Italy just doesn't join the war themselves. They can send an expeditionary force, though. Okay. So Germany does have a heavy tank there. I think what I'm going to do is attempt to bypass them. I mean, they probably will have some people in Paris, but if we can do any sort of cutoffs or avenues of attack like this, we're going to be in much better shape. Whew, boy. Well, here we go. This is where it all begins. And I think once I get my declaration on Sweden, boy, do I push that or just hold on to it? I'm not entirely sure what to do with that. Pushing well. France is pushing into Germany a little bit, but it's not too concerning as of yet. I think if I can get these guys to transfer through here, we might be able to get a dirty little cutoff here, especially if we can hold this unit here. He might be out of... Ooh, okay, well, undoubtedly going well. I would like to see, is Paris's national unity? Oh, it's 70%, so we're going to have to do significantly more than we did before. But we're still in a pretty good situation. That guy's retreating, this guy is transferring. I don't want you to transfer. Let's go through here. Take Paris, it'll cut off a lot of their supply. And I think I'm going to set up a secondary front line further back, probably just push through all the way of France. And they'll assign themselves to that afterwards. got our decryption. I would like to get the next... Well, encryption is pretty powerful too. But let's see what we got going on here. Got good subs. We might as well get this if we need to do any more naval invasions. That'll probably help us out. I still don't want to go for Marines. I don't think it's necessary. I could be proven wrong, but we'll see. I have a pretty good feeling about this. Germany seems to be pushing pretty hard. I like the look of that. We'll just keep slogging through. Alright. So this guy has decided to wait. Let's go ahead and see if we can't do something like this. It's probably not going to work, but it's definitely worth a try. Because if we can cut off all of them and kill them, then we're going to be able to do much better. So then they won't be able to defend further into southern France. Got our equipment effort. That's a solid result. Okay, this unit is going to probably get pushed back. We'll stop him from his movement. This guy's still going. Should be able to do that. We are reinforcing across the line. This is almost certainly going to be a quick war. They are going to push this guy back, but it's not really that concerning because they won't be able to push back the other reinforcements. We are getting attacked there. We should be able to move in there on Paris. I think... They might be able to get... Okay, so this guy's reinforced here. That's going to allow us to stop this guy from reinforcing Paris, and we should be able to take it. Now, Paris is going to be a big supply choke point. So if we have Paris, they're going to be cut off in a lot of ways. That's going to hurt them. Okay, very good. Now, let's see where France is. We've got them about halfway. But at this rate, we should be able to just finish them off. If we could close this bubble around them too, that would be very helpful. Then Germany could definitely do some good work. I don't think I'm going to have this guy on this crazy run anymore. Let's have you come down here and reconnect with Italy, or maybe just cut off to Switzerland. I don't think they can get supply through a neutral country. This guy is just asking to get cut off. The guys are just sitting here, so might as well do that. Do something like this. Let's hold them in place. Hopefully not push them back, because any complete wipes are going to be ideal for this war. We do have a French Navy. I think we should be doing naval bombing missions. We have free military factories, probably that we've taken from the French. I will assign the horses at some point to garrison duty to make sure that we can keep these factories operational. It would be nice to have some light tanks, because I feel like the push is getting slowed down significantly. Yeah, there's no hope for them. This is a decided victory already. So instead of doing that, you might as well just take a shorter route to the cutoff. We will be able to crush that. It'll simplify our front line a little bit, as long as not too many people get assigned over here. Rather. We've got Japanese planes in here. Okay, we've got that cut off. Should be able to finish that. I think I'm going to have this guy run all the way to the tip of Brittany here and around, just so we have a better push. Everyone should be pushing. I think I'm going to bump these guys up to aggressive. There's no need to slow this down. They should just be going all out. Alright. So that's a solid cutoff. If we can separate them even more, that'd be good. The probably won't be necessary. Yeah, this is a decided victory already. Especially if this gets occupied. Okay, so we do have the free military factories. I don't know what necessarily I should put them into just yet. It probably might not be a bad idea. I'm just going to save them for now, because they're probably going to get banged up, because our suppression isn't going to be great just yet. Okay, that's enclosed, so they'll pull off this line fairly soon, once these are crushed. All those men should be... Where are you going? That's probably fine. Okay. Don't really like that. Meanwhile, you should close that gap. You should probably stop that guy from reinforcing it. Alright. So this pocket is closed. So much for the Maginot Line. I don't know how this has held out so long, that little pocket of French resistance, but it's not all together very concerning. Let's finish that off. So this is getting a little dangerous on this line with the Russians, but we'll be able to reinforce it soon, and Germany will transfer all of its troops off of this end soon as well. Or they should, if they have any sense about them. So we've got Italy down here. Oh, okay, so they've given me some divisions, the Expeditionary Force. Don't really want them. I shouldn't have accepted that. So I know my unit's design's a lot better than I know theirs, but we'll have them do that. Go for it. Yeah, this is a done deal. Okay, so he got pushed back. We might as well take Bordeaux. I don't know where the French capital is. I'm not seeing it on the map. So that's pretty interesting. It might be in Africa potentially, or I don't know. But they should be close to capitulating here. Okay, we've got our battleship 3s. It's not 44. We should build some battleship 3s. That'll be what we do with our extra naval dockyards. So battleship 3. We don't have that much naval experience. Probably not worth doing much with it. We do need desperately more oil. And we'll get that from the United States. Let's go ahead and change our research. I think I want to go for... Those are all fine. I don't need to do any more with that. Let's get... Air Doctrine wouldn't be too bad. I haven't focused too much on my Air Force in this game. I don't really feel the need. Let's get the encryption. That'll help us a little bit in battles. Okay, that's closed. We should be pushing across this whole line. We missed a spot, so we should clean that up before units get assigned to it. Let's get down here. I see no issues here. This should be done fairly quickly. Let's see what France is. I'm close to capitulating. So we're pretty close. Bordeaux's pretty big. Brest is big. I'm not best at French pronunciation, so you'll have to cut me some slack on that. I'm not exactly a French-speaking individual. Okay, so they are defending that. These guys have been constantly moving, so their organization is trash. But I think if I get this guy... Okay, well that's probably fine, honestly. Where are you going? Yeah, there's no need. Just come here. We'll cut off this port like we did the first time we killed the French. Come back down around. Very good. One of you, probably this guy, we're going to take and go here. And then we'll just move you around. Any of those victory points we can take are going to be very helpful. I think Bordeaux might be the killing strike here. It was not. Surely they must be close. Okay, so yeah. It'll only be a couple more pockets. Let's see. So if this guy's going there, that's fine. As long as we can get him to come back around and grab these. This guy is going to try to redeploy. That's fine. You can do a mad rush for that. Alright. We're doing it, boys. We're doing it. This is just about done. Okay. What's this? No, I don't want your men, Norway. I have my own. Let's do that. This guy, there's really no need to do that. Let's keep moving. We just need a couple more victory points.